Over the course of the last 6 decades, we have had as many as 7 live-action iterations of the Caped Crusader so far. We have come across every different kind of depiction of the character, ranging from outright campy and nonsensical ones to intense emotional and grounded ones, which is pretty amazing to say the least. And some of these iterations are so good and monumental that they managed to entirely change the landscape of comic book movies and took them to an entirely new level. And now we are at the doorstep of being introduced to yet another version of the Dark Knight, who is going to be canon to the new DC cinematic universe, to be headed and managed by the co-CEO of DC Studios, Mr. James Gunn. And I actually believe this brand new version of the character will be the best and most accurate depiction of Batman that has ever been put out on the silver screen so far. Before I reveal the primary reason behind my conviction for the last statement, I request you guys to spend just 1 second of your time to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, because that is the only motivation for me to work harder and to bring you more and more awesome contents. Okay, now let us get back to the main subject once again. First of all, Batman Brave and the Bold is almost confirmed to give us a proper live-action introduction to the Batfamily if we pretend that this absolute work of art never existed. So while we definitely have gotten so many different versions of the character, this is going to be the very first time in live action that we are going to witness Batman acting alongside and mentoring the extended Batfamily, which alone adds a very unique and exciting element to the whole thing. For someone who has followed and grown up watching Batman the animated series, I know better than anyone else in the world how important the Batfamily is to the Dark Knight. To be quite honest, it would not be wrong to say that Batman is actually incomplete without the presence of the Batfamily. The Batfamily is unquestionably the best part of Bruce Wayne's progression as Batman. It shows how he went from becoming a dark vigilante because of the trauma of losing his family, to Bruce building a family around himself and finally letting people in. The next important point I want to talk about is the tone of the movie. It goes without saying that over its past few incarnations, the Batman franchise has progressively gotten darker and grittier. The trend started with Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, which basically brought the Batman lore into the real world. Then we had the DCEU version of the character, written and directed by Zack Snyder, who unfortunately turned him into a cold-blooded killer. Most recently, Matt Reeves took up the responsibility to portray his own version of the Dark Knight. And it goes without saying that Matt Reeves' The Batman is practically a horror movie in the mold of the Seven movie. I strongly believe that James Gunn is going to entirely change this one-dimensional depiction of the character. The Brave and the Bold is going to showcase the lighter side of the character while still preserving all the serious and dark aspects which make Batman such an iconic and lovable character. The movie doesn't have to go as far as the 60s show played by Adam West and George Clooney's ridiculous version, but at the same time, it shouldn't be as dark humorless as some of the more recent portrayals of the character. If this Batman is going to coexist in a world with Superman and Swamp Thing, then the Brave and the Bold can't shy away from the more comic booky aspects of the character. And to be quite honest, the character's ability to maintain a balance between the dark and the light is basically what makes the character such an inspirational and emotional figure in pop culture. What people need to realize is that Batman is as much a symbol of hope and love to the innocent people of Gotham as he is a symbol of fear for the criminals. And this is something the Arkham games and the animated series managed to capture so well, which is why I believe Kevin Conroy's animated version of the character is probably the absolute best depiction of the Caped Crusader. And I personally think James Gunn is one of the few people who can pull off the same in live action. Whether you like him or hate him, there is absolutely no denying the fact that the man is probably one of the most talented filmmakers of the moment and arguably the best comic book movie director. In fact, James Gunn has not even had one bad movie, and everything he touches somehow turns into gold. This man basically turned a freaking walking tree and a talking raccoon into two of the most iconic figures in pop culture, and in a way the Guardians of the Galaxy were like the backbone of the Infinity Saga of the MCU. And it is now time for him to bring back the lost glory to the DC franchise, which I have no doubt he is going to achieve with absolute grace and perfection. So, that is all I had to share in this video. Please let me know your own thoughts on James Gunn's DCU in the comments down below. And please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.